If you've been thinking, I wish I could buy a house, but everything costs too much, this video might open your eyes. Today we're looking at 5 US towns where you can still buy a home for under $200,000 in 2025. Yup, under 200 grand, I know, right? It sounds completely insane, like something from 10 years ago, but I promise you, these places are real and people are actually doing it. If you're new here, hit subscribe for weekly relocation intelligence you won't find anywhere else. We spend weeks researching this stuff so you don't have to, and hitting that button literally costs you nothing. So, how are we going to do this? Median price. We'll look at the actual median home price you can expect in 2025, because numbers matter. Trade-offs. Then, we'll talk about the trade-offs, the real-world compromises you might have to make, because no place is perfect. Real stories. And the best part? For every single town, I found a real person who actually moved there, and they're going to tell us what it's really like. Alright, first up on our list is a city that gets a lot of talk, but maybe not for this reason. We're starting in Flint, Michigan. Now, before you click away, just hear me out. The value here is absolutely insane, and it's a story of major comeback. We're not talking about just finding a fixer-upper for under $200,000. Median home price projected for 2025, around $141,000. $141,000. That is not a typo. For a whole house. Think about what that number actually means. For many watching from big cities, your down payment is more than that. You could literally buy a house here for less than the price of a luxury car. It changes the game of homeownership from impossible to doable right now. Financial pressure evaporates with mortgages that low. It's an affordability level almost extinct elsewhere. So what's the catch? There's always a catch. Flint is on a huge upswing. Massive investment in downtown and infrastructure, but some neighborhoods are still in transition. You have to do your homework. You can find a beautiful, move-in ready home in a great area, but you might be a short drive from a block that still needs serious love. It's a city mid-transformation. You're buying into that process. This is where it gets interesting. I talked to a guy named Dave who moved to Flint last year. He's a graphic designer who works completely remotely. He was paying over $2,000 a month for a tiny apartment in Austin, Texas. He told me, and I quote, "It feels weird paying what I used to pay for rent, but now it covers my mortgage, utilities, and I still have money left over. I bought a 3-bedroom house. I have a backyard now. It's surreal." The key, he said, was finding the right neighborhood and talking to locals. Dave's story is the perfect example of who Flint is for. Remote worker, freelancer, flexible job. Okay. Next up, we are heading to the heart of the Midwest to Peoria, Illinois. If you're looking for that classic all-American vibe with a price tag that feels like a time machine, the vibe here is super friendly and down-to-earth, and the value is just incredible. The median home price we're projecting for 2025 is right around $141,500. Yes, that's almost identical to Flint, but a different kind of city. Peoria is known as the River City, on the Illinois River. It has a really solid, stable feel. It's big enough to have everything you need. Hospitals, a university, a great park system, but small enough to avoid soul-crushing traffic. It's the definition of a balanced lifestyle. For $141,000, you're getting into a market with beautiful, established neighborhoods. I spoke with a woman named Sarah, who moved to Peoria with her husband and 2 young kids from a suburb of Chicago. She was telling me about their old place, a tiny townhouse where her kids basically had a concrete slab for a backyard. She said the first time they saw the house they ended up buying in Peoria, her husband just stood in the backyard and said, "We could play a full game of soccer back here." The space they got for their money was something they couldn't even dream of just a few hours away. Sarah's story really highlights the main draw here: space and family friendliness. For the price of a down payment in many cities, you can buy a whole family home with a yard where your kids can actually run around. She told me their mortgage on a 4-bedroom house is less than their rent was on the 2-bedroom townhouse. That financial relief, she said, has translated into more family time, less stress, and the ability to save for college and vacations. It's a tangible upgrade to their quality of life. Now, for the trade-offs. We're talking classic, charming houses with incredible character. But character can sometimes be a nice word for needs work. You might find a gem that's been perfectly maintained, or you might find one that needs a new roof, updated wiring, or a kitchen from this century. A thorough home inspection is absolutely non-negotiable here. It's obviously amazing for families, great for anyone in healthcare or manufacturing. You have to check that job compatibility. Accessibility is another huge plus. Within a 3-hour drive of Chicago, St. Louis, and Indianapolis, big city weekends totally doable, then back home to a quiet street and affordable mortgage. Best of both worlds. Alright, let's head down south where the tea is sweet and the home prices are even sweeter. Our third city is Macon, Georgia. This place is dripping with southern charm, incredible music history, and, you guessed it, shockingly affordable homes. As we look towards 2025, the median home price in Macon is projected to be around $163,000, a little higher than our first two, but still firmly in that I can't believe it's real category, especially for a city with so much going on. Macon has this warm, inviting feel, and I'm not just talking about the weather. The downtown area has seen a huge revitalization, with cool breweries, restaurants, live music venues popping up everywhere. It's a city with a soul, famous for being the home of music legends like Otis Redding, the Allman Brothers Band. You feel that creative energy, but you also get these gorgeous, historic neighborhoods with tree-canopied streets and homes that would cost millions in other parts of the country. I got to chat with a guy named Tom, who moved his family to Macon from the Atlanta suburbs. He works in logistics, and his company has a big distribution center nearby. He told me the biggest change for his family wasn't just the house, it was the time. His commute in Atlanta was over an hour and a half each way. In Macon, it's 15 minutes. He said, "I get home, and the sun is still up. I can actually coach my son's baseball team. We eat dinner together every single night. That's worth more than any amount of money." Tom's story is so powerful because it's not just about the financial savings, it's about buying back your life. He and his wife bought a beautiful historic home that needed some cosmetic updates, but they had the budget for it because the purchase price was so low. They're spending their weekends exploring the Okmulgee Mounds National Historical Park, or strolling through the vibrant downtown. Instead of being stuck in traffic or working extra hours to afford their mortgage, they traded stress for time. So, what are the trade-offs in Macon? Well, for one, the weather. If you love distinct four seasons, this ain't it. The summers are hot and humid, like really hot. You're going to be running your air conditioning a lot, so that's a utility cost you have to factor in. Also, while the job market is solid in sectors like healthcare, aerospace, logistics. Okay, for our fourth location, we're going back to the Midwest, but this time it's different. This isn't just some small town, we are talking about a state capital. Welcome to Springfield, Illinois. When you think of a capital city, higher prices, more competition. But Springfield flips that script. The projected median home price for 2025 is $163,529. Being a state capital gives Springfield stability and a base of employment. Government jobs. A massive healthcare sector. This isn't a boom and bust town, it's steady. You don't see the wild price swings here, it's consistent, incredible value. The big perk, you get amenities of a larger city without the costs or hassles. Museums, historical sites. Abraham Lincoln is a big deal here. A zoo, a vibrant downtown, and a great food scene. The traffic is manageable. You can get from one side of the city to the other in about 20 minutes. It's the perfect blend of city access and small-town convenience. I talked to a woman named Maria, a single mom who works as an administrative assistant for the state. She used to live in a small town about 45 minutes outside Springfield and commuted every day. She was spending a fortune on gas and wasting hours in the car. She did the math and realized she could buy a house in Springfield, have a 10-minute commute, and her mortgage would be less than her old rent and gas combined. She bought a small, updated brick bungalow in a quiet neighborhood for under $150,000. She said, "I have more money in my pocket at the end of the month, and more importantly, I have more time and energy for my daughter. We can go to the park after work or the library. I'm not exhausted from the drive anymore. It's changed everything for us." So, what are the trade-offs? Springfield is not Chicago. If you're looking for world-class Michelin-starred dining, a massive international airport at your doorstep, or the energy of a 24/7 global city, this isn't going to be your jam. We've made it to our fifth and final city, and for this one, we're heading back to Michigan, but to a place with a totally different vibe than Flint. We're talking about Saginaw. This city is for the person who is truly prioritizing lifestyle and peace of mind above all else. With a projected 2025 median home price of around $162,267, Saginaw offers a calm, practical path to homeownership that is incredibly appealing. Saginaw is part of the Great Lakes Bay region, Bay City Midland. It has a quieter, more laid-back feel than some of the other cities on our list. It's a place where you can genuinely slow down. People aren't in a frantic rush here. The focus is on community nature and enjoying a less stressful way of life, and the affordable housing is the key that unlocks that entire lifestyle. I had a really interesting conversation with a woman named Lisa, who is a nurse practitioner. She moved to Saginaw from the Detroit metro area. She was burned out from the long hours, the insane traffic, and a mortgage that ate up a huge chunk of her income. She took a job at a hospital in Saginaw, and she told me it was the best decision she's ever made. She said the pace of work is more manageable, and her commute is now non-existent. Lisa's story is about a conscious choice to de-stress her entire life. She bought a beautiful, spacious home on a quiet street for about $170,000. She told me, "My mortgage is less than half of what it was. I don't sit in traffic for an hour after a 12-hour shift. On my days off, I can drive 20 minutes and be at Saginaw Bay, walking on the beach. I feel like I can finally breathe." She traded the chaos of a big city for tranquility and financial freedom. Now let's talk about the trade-offs, because they are important here. Saginaw is not a fast-growing, dynamic boomtown. Slower growth, fewer trendy spots, a stable, mature city. If you crave constant newness, it might feel sleepy. It's ideal for lifestyle-first buyers like Lisa. Stable careers in healthcare or education, aiming to reduce stress, lower costs, and gain time for hobbies and nature. Surrounded by Michigan beauty, Saginaw Bay, parks, kayaking, fishing, hiking, for a median of $162,267, Saginaw offers an escape from traffic, financial pressure, and the constant need to hustle. It may lack big city flash, but it offers something far more valuable: peace. For Lisa, it was the perfect pace of life, and Saginaw delivered. So, Flint, Peoria, Macon, Springfield, Saginaw, 5 places you can still buy for under $200,000. We've seen that it's not just a fantasy, it's a reality for people who are willing to look beyond the headlines and the hot markets. From the incredible comeback story in Flint, to the family-friendly vibe of Peoria, the southern charm of Macon, the capital city perks of Springfield, and the peaceful lifestyle of Saginaw, each one offers a different flavor and a different set of opportunities. But before you start packing, let's do a quick reality check. Check job or remote fit, inspect home condition and budgets for updates, match amenities to your lifestyle, consider resale and growth potential. This isn't about just finding the cheapest house, it's about making a smart, informed decision that sets you up for success and happiness in the long run. Do your research, visit if you can, talk to the locals, make the move that's right for you. The dream of homeownership doesn't have to be dead, it might just be hiding in a place you never thought to look. If this helped your relocation research, subscribe so you don't miss the next state breakdown. Drop a comment. Which town surprised you most? I read pretty much all of them. Thanks for watching. Keep dreaming, keep planning, and maybe, just maybe, keep moving smarter. I'll see you in the next one.